Yes, guys, we ever sitting there? I'm guessing that's the videographer, yeah. I don't know, no. It is or not. Yes.
Yeah, they had an exchange trip, so.
So your husband back to the country as well?
No, my husband took advantage and went golfing. He had it booked. He's like, would you like to come to the dinner? You can't say. He said, if you want me to go to dinner, you can do it. Make sure you have your son now. If you want to come to the home cooked meal, please come go. Yeah, Jane's there.
We're gonna sit here because it's cool over here. We can see everything. Now, I wonder who's gonna come and sit here.
Probably nobody but this one.
Just stand on the other side of the wall. Do you want to have it like that?
Carrots for Steve? It's all ready to go. Oh, are you going to take a picture, Candace? Oh, yeah. No, you don't go.
How's that? Is that okay, folks? Can you hear me? Fine? Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we are ready to introduce our graduating class of 2003 and their parents. Our first graduate, I think, can I have, we still need to get this mic adjusted. Irene, can you go out and make sure people come in as scheduled? Okay. Yes, they are. I still, that's a lot of echo. Is that better? No? Bring it up a bit. That better? Okay. I would now like to introduce the graduating class of 2003, starting with our first graduate, Troy Beck. Troy Beck. Troy is accompanied by his parents, Roy and Mary. Our second graduate is Janice Bound, and Janice is accompanied by her parents, Edison and Irene Bound. Our next graduate is Eric Brake. And Eric is accompanied this evening by his parents, Eric and Mary Jo Brake. Our next graduate is Scott Collins, accompanied by his mom, Diane. We now have Nancy Lynn Dillon, accompanied by her mom, Madonna, and her uncle Dick. We now have Alex Edwards, accompanied by his parents, Tony and Margaret Edwards. I should mention, we are having this video for this graduates, and it's very important that they stay on the video. So when people come take pictures, if they stay to the side a little bit, it'll help make the video a little bit better. Thank you. Our next graduate is Emily Fulford, accompanied by her parents, Dennis and Ann. Next we have Sheridan Harris. The Sheridan is accompanied by her parents, Fred and Darlene. Fred and Darlene. Our next graduate this evening is Jonathan Jones, accompanied by his mom, Margaret Parr and Quincy Parr. Margaret and Quincy. Next we have Stephen Kirby, and Stephen is accompanied by his father, Harry, and his sister, Jennifer. Our next graduate this evening is Dion Lushman, and Dion is accompanied by his mom, Gladys Lushman. Our next graduate is Lisa McLean, and she's accompanied by her mom, Zippy. And our final graduate for the evening is Jonathan Peddle, accompanied by his parents, Freeman and Bonnie Peddle. We now have one very important chore to do that we were remiss in doing this morning. And I'm going to ask Chris Jackson and Ann Short to come forward and help out with that. While they're doing that, I just want to make you aware that once the formal part of the evening is over, once I'm finished here, we will have what's called an open mic. And what that means is people who wish to come up and speak to their friends or family members who want to come up and say something to their graduates have the right to do it at that time. So I'm giving you a fair warning that you have the right to come up, and we do have our special mic for you. And my mic, can you hear me? Oh, that's, so we do have a special mic for you, and we welcome anybody who wants to come forward and say a few words. Now, if you remember this morning, we had a little problem, a technical difficulty, and we've solved that technical difficulty this evening. Now we got a mechanical difficulty.
Mechanical problems, right?
I think anybody who was there this morning knows what the technical difficulty was. One of our graduates wasn't recognized the way we'd like to recognize him, and so we decided we'd start off our evening by recognizing that we should have this morning.
Technology can't keep up with me.
That's right, and it's far beyond where technology is today. While we're waiting, I'm going to ask Alex Edwards to come forward. Alex, come on up here. You don't escape the embarrassment. Now you have an option. You have an option. You can stay as you're dressed. We also have your cap and gown here. It's your choice. Okay.
I'm gonna. Did you speak? I'm gonna move out of the way.
Alex, thank you very much for your patience. And Ann, thank you very much for your tenacity. Now I would like to call on Bev here to come forward to say grace. Bev?
In that other content.
Dear God, we are gathered this evening to celebrate the lives and accomplishments of these fine young people, Stephen, Nancy Lynn, Janice, Troy, Lisa, Eric, Alex, Emily, Terry Lynn, Dion, Scott, Jonathan Jones, and Jonathan Peddle. They are your children. We know that you celebrate with us. We ask your blessings continue with them all their lives. We ask you to continue to send people to offer guidance, support, and love to them as they leave school and begin a new phase in their life. We thank you for the many blessings that you have given them in life, and we thank you especially for the blessing of knowing them and loving them and watching them grow into fine young adults. This evening, we thank you for this fine meal and pray for those in the world that are hungry. We thank you for friends and family and pray for those who are lonely and sad. We thank you for the peace that we enjoy and pray for people that have no peace. We thank you for your love, and we pray that your loving kindness touches all people on earth. We ask these blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Chris, you want to make let's see if we can adjust it a little bit. And I think some of the people over here can't hear very well. Is that right? Terry? Terry can't hear me, so she can't answer. Is that a little bit better? No, it's not? No, down a little bit, Chris. Is that a little bit better? A little bit better? Okay. Terry, can you hear me now? Okay, that's better. Do I sound like I've been sucking helium? Okay. We'll have to... It's working? Okay, we'll have to continue on anyway. I would now like to introduce our graduating class of 2003, and we're going to do it a little bit differently. We are going to do it a little bit differently this year. We are going to ask the graduates to come up here, stand next to Tish, and the reason for that is because I'm having problems with this mic. The reason we want to do that is for the video. Last year we had a lot of complaints from the graduates that the video was on them and they couldn't understand what was being said because they couldn't see the sign language interpreter. So what's going to happen is we're going to have them come up here, and when they get the video they will see the sign language interpreter. And I think Irene is going to interpret for the graduates. Is that right, Irene?
Yeah.
Okay. And Irene is going to stand off to the side. We have a large graduating class this year, and with the size of the group comes many different interests and goals. We have students from Labrador, the West Coast, Central Newfoundland, the South Coast, Bureau Peninsula, and the Avalon Peninsula. At this time, I would like to introduce our first graduate and ask him to come forward, Troy Beck. Our first graduate of the evening is Troy Beck. Troy was originally from the Bureau Peninsula, but he moved to St. John's with his parents so that he could attend the Newfoundland School for the Deaf. Troy is hoping to pursue a post-secondary education at the College of the North Atlantic in the area of medical sciences. When I think of you, Troy, I think of you as a bright spot in my day. I can wake up on the coldest morning in the winter, dig myself out, dig the car out, fight my way to work, and when I arrive, Troy will be walking up the corridor. And when I ask him how he is, his answer is always the same. Wonderful, wonderful, just wonderful. And when I hear that, it makes my day just a little bit better. As I asked around about Troy, one interesting bit of information came out. It seems that Troy did not take to kitchen work while here at NSD. When Brenda McDonnell and Glendora Bolden taught home economics, Troy let them know in no uncertain terms that he thought it was the woman's domain. It wasn't his responsibility. Let's hope he's changed his way of thinking on that one. In addition to his academic skills, which is demonstrated very well this week, it seems that Troy is quite musical. Chris reports that he remembers well all the time taking the junior kids to swimming and Troy singing country and western songs in the front seat as they went to the school, pool, and back again to the school. Troy Beck. Oh. Mic test, 1, 2. Oh, God. Better without? Okay, I feel comfortable without. Can everybody hear me? Yeah, now we're talking. Next we have Janice Bound. Janice, would you come forward? Janice is from the Goulds area. Janice has applied to the College of the North Atlantic and is hoping to pursue a career in food management. Janice. Janice. Sweet, sweet Janice. When I look back and I remember Janice, all I remember is her golden blonde hair and how innocent she looked. However, when I talk to her teachers, I find that Janice was not always that sweet, innocent little girl that I thought she was. She was a little stubborn, just a little. One, she refused to drink anything but chocolate milk. If it wasn't chocolate milk, she wasn't drinking it. That was it. Also, Janice wasn't beyond getting her friends in a little bit of trouble. Janice was, and is, a little chatty. She would chat in the junior department, but she was very smart. When she saw the teachers look, she'd stop chatting. Poor old Terry Lynn wasn't very smart at that, and Terry Lynn got in a lot of trouble because she would continue to chat. But not our Janice. It's been difficult finding a bit of dirt on Janice. Everyone has nothing but nice things to say about her. She's a great volunteer. She helps where needed in the school. And she most always has a warm way about her. One teacher commented that when she went to Milton this year, she was truly the belle of the ball. It appears that every male in the place was focused on Janice. And she didn't mind that at all. Janice Bound. Our next graduate is Eric Brake. Terry, can you hear me down there? Oh, okay. Eric is from Marystown, and he is hoping to attend the College of the North Atlantic to study auto mechanics in the fall. When I think of Eric, the first thing that comes to mind for me is his broad smile. He always has a great smile. Very seldom do you see Eric without giving his special smile. Actually, he reminds me of Joey on the TV show Friends. As I checked around about Eric, I discovered that there were two distinct sides to him. Eric has a love of things that are fast and noisy. Fast cars, fast boats, airplanes, and anything that makes a noise. And he loved to make the noises of those machines when he was younger. So we'd see him go around the school, vroom, 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 everywhere he went. But Eric has a bit of a quieter side as well. And when he was a young boy, wherever Eric went, he was with his favorite character, My Buddy. This doll was a very special friend to Eric. He went to school with Eric, and he had a special seat in the kindergarten class. When Eric did his home school notebook, My Buddy was always there in the pictures that he drew. And his teacher, Ellen Penny, had to work to get my buddy out of the class. And what she did is by Christmas, Ellen had arranged for my buddy to graduate from kindergarten. And they moved him into the locker so that he could wait for Eric after school. Eric Brake. Our next graduate is Scott Collins. Scott lived much of his life in the Goulds and is currently living in the West End of St. John's. Scott is hoping to study computer sciences at the College of the North Atlantic in the fall. Scott has always been a relatively quiet guy here in NSD. However, in the real world, he is a true connoisseur of great foods. He loves to eat in restaurants, and it seems that he's experienced practically every restaurant in the St. John's area. I should mention at this time that he does work at McDonald's. Another thing noted by his teachers is that Scott loves clothes, especially designer clothes. I guess he comes by that honestly. Right, Diane? I've heard about your closet. One thing which a number of teachers mentioned as I talked about Scott is that he is very sensitive to the needs of others. He made it a point to talk to teachers who are being laid off this year and to express his sympathy. Finally, I was asked to mention that Scott is obviously well versed in the entire schedule of the TV Guide. He knows every program for every hour of the day. And I understand Scott is a true night owl because we know here at the school he is not a morning owl. Scott Collins. Is my mic working, Terry? Okay. Next we have Nancy Lynn Dillon. Nancy Lynn is a tall one, I tell you. Nancy Lynn is from St. Mary's Bay. She will be attending Gallaudet University in the fall this year. I'm so disappointed tonight that Joe is not here to be with his little girl. I'm even starting to choke up here about that. Joe and Madonna have been able to tie the relationship with their daughters with their relationship to our school. When we did a social studies unit on the fisheries, Joe came to the school and showed the kids how to knit nets. Too bad, but Joe is in the Northwest Territories tonight and couldn't be here. True to form, Nancy Lynn told her dad that it was okay, but he can't miss her wedding. Nancy Lynn is the quietest person I have ever known. However, Nancy Lynn is probably one of the strongest young women I know today. Unlike most other students who attend NSD, Nancy Lynn had a sister attend NSD just before her. And this was not just any sister. Joanne, her sister, won numerous awards, and many other kids would look upon her sister's accomplishments and not even try to meet the challenge. But not our Nancy Lynn. She has shown that she can match accomplishments with anyone, especially her sister, who she loves and looks up to so much. I don't want to make Nancy Lynn look too good. One intermediate teacher reported that Nancy Lynn does not have work as her only priority. One day, her teacher wanted her to return to class for extra help in mathematics after school. Nancy Lynn was late, and when asked what had happened, she said she had to go to the mall to shop. When checking into why Nancy Lynn is so strong, it was probably due to the fact that Nancy Lynn spent her entire younger years in classes where she was the only girl. And even in her younger years, she let the boys know, "I am woman." Nancy Lynn Dillon. Our next graduate, Alex Edwards. Alex, before I even start talking about you, I want you to know that you are the only reason we have a rule about caps in the classroom. You are the only reason. For years, we have wanted to change the rule, and we would have, if you had worn a nice, clean hat every day. But no, you had to wear those old, grungy hats, and we just couldn't take it. So that you are the only reason we have a rule of no hats in the classroom. Next year, we're hoping to change that rule. Anyway, Alex is from Lawn on the Burin Peninsula, and he hopes to attend the College of the North Atlantic next year. Teachers tell me Alex is a very inquisitive young man. Since he was a little boy, he has wanted to know why and how things work. Alex could be a little stubborn at times, just a little stubborn. And when he was in the junior department, when he ran into a little trouble because of that, and he was put into a timeout, but he got so upset that the teacher later found him hiding in his locker. It also appears that Alex was a bit of a fussy eater when he was younger. I understand that he's not now, he'll eat anything. But as a young boy, Alex basically lived on meatballs and bread and Vienna sausages. A comment of all who know Alex is that he is a teaser. One teacher said he has a devilish sparkle in his eyes. If you walk down the hall and you feel a tap on your shoulder and nobody is there, you can be sure it's Alex. Alex Edwards. Our next graduate is Emily Kristen Fulford. Emily, or Kristen, for one full year, she went around the school and wouldn't respond to any other name but Kristen. It drove us all crazy. Anyway, whoever you are, you live in Portugal, and she plans to attend Gallaudet University in the fall. Our Emily. She marches to the beat of her own drummer. Emily goes through life with great confidence at her own pace. If she has an issue she wants to deal with, her way, but also in her time frame. It is nothing for Emily to come to my office and tell me in her sweet, sweet voice that she wants me to do something now. I can have another person in my office. I can be on the phone. It doesn't matter. She wants it done now. Emily, her teachers tell me that Emily must have some difficulty with short-term memory. They say that her pens keep running out of ink because Emily is always writing things on her hand that she must remember, even the simplest things. Teachers also report that they have difficulty staying mad with Emily, which is, she's very lucky. She can come to your room and one look at her innocent face and the madness just disappears. Lucky you, Emily. Emily Kristen Fulford. Our next graduate is Terry Lynn Harris. Terry Lynn is from Galtas, and she hopes to attend the College of the North Atlantic in the fall to study medical technology. Terry Lynn is a very quiet young lady, and with her small stature, you would think that she would go unnoticed here at NSD. But this is not the case with Terry Lynn. It seems that during her junior years, Terry Lynn was always getting in trouble for being too chatty. Now, it wasn't Terry Lynn's fault. Obviously, it was Janice's fault. The other kids would know when to stop, but she would always continue. Her senior teachers report that she has overcome that. I don't mean that she stopped chatting, but she doesn't get caught anymore. I wonder by getting in trouble like that, maybe that's just why every time when Terry Lynn was a junior, when she called home, she always wanted to know if her brother Ronald was a bad boy. Terry Lynn is so tiny that when she was a little girl, she would visit with Carm Murray, one of our staff at NSD. Carm's husband, Kevin, felt that Terry Lynn was too small to sleep alone, and Carm would sleep with her so she wouldn't get cold at night. Carm also said that every time Terry Lynn visited her house, she would go directly to the cupboard and get a can of Vienna sausages to eat. In my years here at the School for the Deaf, I think that is the primary food of the students here, Vienna sausages. Although Terry Lynn is of small stature, you would never know it. Terry Lynn has shoes that makes her look approximately 5 feet 8 inches tall. One day I mentioned them to her, and when she took them off, she disappeared. Finally, all who know Terry Lynn say that when she was young, she was very popular with the boys. In the junior department, Jonathan Jones, Jonathan Peddle, Dion and Eric would fight to dance with Terry Lynn at the junior dances. I guess Dion won. Terry Lynn Harris. Our next graduate is Jonathan Jones. Jonathan attended NSD during his junior years, returned to his neighborhood school for several years, and returned to NSD to complete his high school program. Jonathan plans to study engineering technology at the College of the North Atlantic. Jonathan has only been here a few years, but he has caused quite a stir in the system. Teachers report that Jonathan has a big heart. He can be very, very sensitive, and he's worked well with our juniors. It did not go unnoticed. In his younger years, Jonathan was quite the singer. He did fine work with the song, "My Achy Breaky Heart." Every day in school, he would sing his favorite song, "My Achy Breaky Heart," while Jonathan Peddle would laugh his fool head off. One teacher mentioned as well, Jonathan was always a good student and very competitive, especially in math. He would get very upset if he did not get a perfect score on his math quizzes, and he would sulk for a week. Jonathan Jones. Our next graduate is Stephen Kirby. Stephen Kirby is from Paradise, and he plans to attend who knows where when he graduates. I'll explain that later. Before I go any further with you, Stephen, I want to say that your mom is very proud of you here tonight. And I know that she's in heaven looking down saying, "Yes, I knew you could do it." Stephen is a very private sort of person. When I said I did not know where he was going to go when he graduates, it's true. Stephen did all of his applications himself. He arranged his own testing, and he told me very little about what he planned to do. He is extremely self-sufficient, and he seldom asks for help in anything. Anyone who has attended a drama program at NST in the past number of years will note that Stephen has been in almost every production. Although he has been wonderful as Scrooge, Tiny Tim, and others, his teachers say his finest role and the start of a booming career came when he played the Little Red Hen in a Thanksgiving Day production as a junior. Stephen Kirby. Our next graduate is Dion Lushman. Dion is from Grey River, and he's hoping to go to the College of the North Atlantic in the fall. When I talk to teachers, the first thing they say about Dion is that he's very smart. They tell me you love science and always want to know how things work. A second area noted about Dion is that he has great artistic skills. He didn't always draw what the teachers wanted, but it was still art. I don't have to tell people Dion has always pushed the envelope when it comes to the rules. He hates rules. Always has. I remember when he was an intermediate, in the intermediate department, we invited the Royal Newfoundland Constabulary to come to the school to talk about the Young Offenders Act. After the presentation, there was a question period. Dion asked many, many good questions. And then he asked, how old you had to be for the Young Offenders Act to affect you. He was told that it was between 12 and 17 years of age. He then asked if it could be used with a child under 12 years of age. The RNC officer said no. Then told the officer he was only 11, and a little grin came over his face. One teacher tells me that Dion's sign name should be "Not Me, Not Me." I wonder why. Finally, Dion, one teacher said that when you land on a person's head, you are very, very heavy. For those who went to the Safe Grad, you know what we mean. Dion Lushman. Our next graduate is Lisa McLean. Lisa McLean is from Happy Valley Goose Bay. She is planning to attend the National Technical Institute for the Deaf in Rochester, New York, to study photography. When I talked to teachers about Lisa, they said she is a very strong-willed young woman. Since she has been a child, she's been able to have her say. If she does not like a thing, she will let you know quickly and loudly on times. Lisa has developed many coping skills as a young woman dealing with the issues of a teenager. Her most interesting coping skill, from my perspective, is when she gets upset in a relationship. What she does, she comes to my office, asks me to contact her teacher to tell him where she is, and then she will sit there. She doesn't want to talk to me, and when she settles down, she gets up and leaves. Our Lisa McLean. Our final graduate this year, Jonathan Peddle. Jonathan is from Leading Tickles, and he has applied to go to the College of the North Atlantic to study architectural engineering technology. Well, when I talk to people, the first thing they said is Jonathan has a smile that can melt a heart. He is never without a smile or a funny comment. And he's one of the biggest pranksters the school has known. I think he developed his sense of humor and his skill with pranks when he was a very young boy in Leading Tickles. He was known in Leading Tickles to take all the mail in the mailbox and throw it to the four winds. A whole new definition for airmail, I guess. Reports from his kindergarten year suggest that Jonathan loved his phonic ear. But his hearing aids were always draped over his shoulders and never in his ears. Here at NSD, when something happens to go wrong, we go see Jonathan. It seems that thumbtacks still find their way to the chairs of the senior students, as they did for the intermediates and for the juniors. It is interesting to note that these events seem to follow Jonathan around. Also, Jonathan is always near a trouble area, but never in it. It makes me wonder, Jonathan Peddle. I now ask all the graduates to stand for 1 second. Just stand. All the graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating class of 2003 from the Newfoundland School for the Deaf. Thank you. I would now like to call upon Miss Linda Clark to come forward to say a few words to the graduating class.
Jackie. Student on myself to my Jackie. Jackie said, project.
Sorry, Linda? I can't hear this.
Can't use that mic. Can you hear me, Michelle? Michelle, can you hear me? Okay. If she can hear me, other people can hear me. I think what I'd like to say tonight, after last night and today and all the speeches, is just how beautiful everybody looks. The girls are just gorgeous. This morning, I practically had to break a couple of boys' necks to get them out of blue jeans. Lieutenant Governor, that didn't matter. But the tuxedos tonight, they've made up for it. Hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. And I think by looking at parents' faces, we can see just how proud you are of them, how happy, and the next step of their journey. Enjoy.
Eric Wright wants to say something. The balloon is staying with you. It's traveled you. The balloon has traveled with you. The balloon has followed you in here.
I would now like to call.
He's saying that balloon went right across.
That's right, came right to me.
He said, that's your best, buddy.
Oh. I think I struck a nerve there, did I? Yes. I would now like to call upon Nancy Lynn Dillon, the President of the Student Council, to come forward to address the graduates and address the congregation.
Look at her voice. What am I going to do? I can't read. I haven't written any. I don't have a prepared speech. I'm sorry. This is awkward. If I turn my back. Yeah. I'm the president of the Student Council, Nancy Lynn Dillon. You all know my name. You said you were going to sign slow for me, but you're not. Experiences growing up. I just want to talk a little bit about my experiences since I've been involved with the Student Council for the past 3 years. The first year, I'm sorry, this is really hard, I'm blocking. I'm sorry, because if I'm standing here to look at you, I'm blocking there, you can't see me. I don't know where the best place is, maybe I better sit. Is there any microphone working at all? There's no microphone? If I stand here, I'm blocking over here.
Here, Tish, try this one. Try the one like that, here. Here, Tish. Try this one.
done many, many different activities during like years. We made us successful. We planned for the silent walk. And we'd like to long money scheme early, please. Thank you so much, Stephen, for your work. I'd like to sign that. Good advice. Emily, please come. Barry. Thank you for all your work here. Emily, Secretary, Emily, will you please come? And Nicole is also please here. She's not here this evening. Emily, I would like to thank you for all your work. Thank you for your involvement and your work as well, for this year. And next, myself as president, but we were all done the entire work that we would like to give some gifts now, presentations and gifts to the library, please. I don't think the last decision. And I don't have to do everything this evening, so I apologize for that. Donation for the library. It's something people for the library. We don't have those because it's information on the history, something people for the history. We also have some plans for the residents in the yard. Jim Shea, could you please come up? We are going to take a number for a winner for a prize. This is a drawing for the organizer this evening. Can you just tell me again, please? Oh, we would like to thank Jonathan Jones' mom for the information of employees. We're going to go over that now. We'll like to see you. Helen is not here, so now we will draw the word prize for $50. Now we're going to the prize of $30. Private district in the National Library Restaurant.
Thank you very much, Nancy Lynn. I can attest to the fact that our student council this year did an awful lot of work, and they made an awful lot of money, and they spent an awful lot of money for the students and the school activities. One instance is this graduation here this evening. It's a very expensive activity to put off for a very small group of students, but the student council, through their money-raising efforts, are able to pay for this. And as well, I should mention the Safe Grad, which was attended by all the graduates, was a very successful but a very expensive event. And again, the student council, through their collection of money, was able to pay for the vast majority of the costs associated with that. I now have some telegrams. I guess they're not telegrams anymore. They're either emails or information passed on from family members to different members of the family, which I'll read out at this point in time. And the first one is to Jonathan Peddle from your sister Josephine. Your sister and family wishes you all the best from, it looks like Cordray, but and Sean in Ontario. Is it Cordray? Courtney. Okay. You must have wrote that, did you, Freeman? We love you very much, and we are so sorry we couldn't be there with you today. We are so proud of you. To Jonathan Peddle, from your sister Rhoda, we wish you all the best on your graduation day, and we are sorry we couldn't be there with you. We love you very much. All the best from Maud, Bradley, Mark, Bradley, Darrell, and myself. Reach for the stars. Telegram to Emily Fulford. Congratulations on your special day. We are all proud of your success. Never give up on your dreams. Miss you. Wish we could be there tonight. Good luck in the future. From Jeanette Pittman, son Austin, and Billy Adams in Alberta. To Lisa McLean, we are thinking of you on this special day, and we are so proud of you. I'm sure you are very beautiful tonight at your grad. We love you very much. Love Paul and your sisters, Sharon Ruth, Jessica, Kelly, and Anika from Labrador. Also, Uncle Levi and Grandpa Notchasak in Nain, also, and Christine Notchasak from Makuvik. Nancy Lynn, congratulations and best wishes on your graduation day. We wish we could be there with you. We are so proud of everything you have accomplished. Good luck, we love you, and we will see you soon. Love from your brother Mark and wife Charmaine in Calgary. So I'm going to take a sip of water before I go into this one. I'll get through this one. To Daddy's little girl, Nancy Lynn, who is a dream come true. That means sharing a world full of beauty, laughter, and fun. I love you. Wish I could be there. I will be on July the 19th. Happy graduation with love and pride, Dad, Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. I will now, I told you tonight is open mic night. Well, there's no mic, but it is open. And now I know there are people. You gotta tell me these things. You gotta tell me these things. If you don't tell me, I don't know. Shh, people don't know. Well, I understand that Nancy Andrews was supposed to say something, but no one told me anything about Nancy Andrews saying something. So Nancy, would you like to come forward? Okay. Let me see. Irene's going to voice for it.
Oh, are you going to vote? Oh, okay.
Hello to the 13 graduates, students, parents, teachers, and staff. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nancy Andrews. As you know, I was a former student here at the school, and I graduated in 1996. I remember my big day, and when I look at you now, I know that it's a big day for you too, grads. Now you will be leaving the Newfoundland School for the Deaf to go into the real world. It's a huge step. Like you, I didn't know what I was going to do for my future. I was accepted into NTID, but I decided not to go. Instead, I went into the College of the North Atlantic, but I was on a waiting list for a year. Finally, when I did go in, I had some trouble with ER, which is now changed to EAPD. However, I decided to do without EAPD help. It was impossible to have no interpreter. The teacher was always in front of the board. I couldn't read her lips, and I missed out on everything. I knew that I needed an interpreter. Like you, I'm deaf. And we need help to get through college and life. But I didn't give up. I started to look for work. It wasn't easy to find one, and my first job was mowing lawns. It was a hard job in the sun all day long, getting burnt and red. Then I went babysitting and volunteering at different areas. I decided to go to Ability Works, a place to help find work. I applied for a position here at the School for the Deaf with Bev Ayres. I've been here for 4 years, and just recently this year I was laid off. But it was wonderful years working here with Bev and the students and staff. It was the best experience I ever had. Now I'm working with Judy's Beauty Salon doing manicures and pedicures, and in the fall I plan to do upgrading in that area. As I look at you grads, I remember my big day leaving school. It was exciting, and I couldn't wait. But when I left, I learned a lot about responsibilities and making the right choices. But I made a few mistakes in my choices, and I learned from them. And I met Stephen Emberley, and he told me a story. As you know, Stephen is my future husband. We will be getting married on July 26th. That will be another big day for us. In the future, you may be next to be getting married. Anyway, I'd like to tell you this story. One student who went into college, he had to do an assignment for his teacher. It was related to a programming course he was doing. When he gave the assignment to the teacher graded it and gave it back to the student. He was shocked and wondering why he got a D. He didn't really believe the teacher. It didn't shake his confidence. He still felt confident in himself and followed his heart and believed that he had tried his best.
And he continued to graduate from college. And guess what he's doing now? He's in successful business working at Federal Express. He was so proud that he took the paper that the teacher had graded him a D on and he hung it on the wall. He didn't believe the teacher's opinion about him. He believed in himself, and he finally graduated from college. He completed his goal. He believed that he could do whatever he wanted, and it didn't matter how low his marks were, he continued to believe in himself. And as I said, he made a picture frame for that with the D on it, and he put it on the wall. He was very proud of himself for what he achieved. If you ever feel that way, if you ever get low marks, don't let that low mark shake your confidence and make you believe that you can never do anything. Keep believing in yourself. You will succeed in life. I would like to congratulate all of you, wish you all the best in the world, all the happiness, and whatever you choose for your future, just believe in yourself. You can be anything as long as you follow your dreams. Be successful in life. Good luck and congratulations.
As I said earlier, this is open mic time. I think some other people have something they want to say or presentations they want to make. Now is the time to do it. If I get too many come up, I'll make a list. Yeah, you can come up if you need to. You want the mic? Want to try it?
Marilyn, come stand by me. It makes me feel very tall. Yes, stand up. Okay. There you go.
I'm going to break it all up now. For those who don't know me, I'm Marilyn, and I'm one of the many residential counselors over in the dorm that have worked with some of your children over the years. Some of you guys who have entrusted your children to our care don't get to see the faces and don't know who we are, but we're a proud bunch and we believe in what we do. And we feel blessed that you made a decision to entrust your children to us. I've enjoyed the journey. Some of these kids here mean the world to me, as they do to the other residential staff. And I'm going to share 3 stories with you. One, I want you to know a little bit more about your child's experience in the residence while they're out of your care. And because I promised 2 little girls, what seems to be a very long time ago, that when they graduated I would tell a story, or 2 or 3. My first story is about Eric Brake. And although he doesn't know it, I almost quit my first day because of him. His mom and his dad came in. That year I was with junior boys. And they came in, and I was dying for something else to do because I knew they were going to leave him. And I didn't know how I was going to handle this because I'm very easy to cry now. And 12, 13 years ago, I was even worse. So his mom came in and she brought in all his stuff and she had it ever so lovely in the closets, and the pictures got taped on the locker and frames got set up on the desk and toys got organized in the box. And then they hugged her son, who sat there in this little blue polyester suit and his great big bow tie, and he was just gorgeous, and that doll right next to him, Buddy. And they hugged him and they left, and he was just standing there looking at me because he didn't know me. I couldn't sign, and I think he knew I wanted to die. And all of a sudden, a little voice come out of this body, and it was shaking, and I was thinking, he's going to cry. And he said, "Where's Bear?" Bear. So I started in the toy box. I didn't see a bear, and there's cars and fire trucks, and there's a monkey, and I'm hauling all of this stuff out. There's no bear. and he's looking at me, and he says, "Where's Bear?" I'm really starting to panic now, and at this point, like I said, okay, I'm quitting, I'm going to Toronto, I don't care if I gotta work in a factory, I can't do this. Out comes the clothes, Mrs. Brake's work is all gone, everything is everywhere, and he's still looking at me. I can't find this blessed Bear, and he's still saying, "Where's Bear?" What saved me was this little white-head boy, white blonde, another little cherub, came into the door. They started signing to each other, and at that time I didn't have a clue what they were saying. And then he remembered I was still there with all this mess all around me, and I was thinking, oh, this is wonderful first day. And he looked at me and he pointed at the little boy and said, "There's Bear." This was Blair Newhook. And from that day, if I saw you playing ambulances, because you were out, woo, 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 you'd drive anyone 6 o'clock in the morning, woo, 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 to I've seen you like out having a smoke, God forbid. Every time I have seen you and Blair together since, all I can hear is your little voice going, "Where's Bear?" My second story is about Nancy Lynn. When Nancy Lynn was a junior, there were far many more juniors than there are now. Maybe 14, maybe 16. So when there was a birthday party at McDonald's, God, we started in 3:30. Someone was doing a homeschool book, someone was doing it, and they'd line up and they'd have baths. And you'd pick who was going to stay cleanest first. That's who got done first. And, you know, usually it was half the girls, and then the boys were the last, because if you'd done them first, well, then they'd be dirty before we got out to the door, 5:30. Nancy Lynn was always somewhere in the middle. And we've had a counselor that was in the dorm for many years, Frances Hillier. After she retired, she died a few years later. And I will always remember Frances. This one time she took Nancy Lynn in, and Nancy Lynn, I think, had a pink party dress. And it was nice and fancy, and she had the ribbons, and I can see Nancy and Frances now smoothing down her hair, making sure everything was even and nothing was stuck out, and the ribbon was in, and the sash was just so, and Frances thought she was marvelous. And so Frances sent her on to play, and then she grabbed the next kid and went in the bathroom, started in. I was doing something with the boys, and then all of a sudden I heard Frances say, "My, oh my, how are we ever gonna make a young lady out of Nancy Lynn?" And when I looked, here was Nancy Lynn down on the floor, dress going everywhere, and she's playing cards with Eric and Blair and Tommy and the boys. And poor Frances was so dismayed. And if there's tears in heaven, Frances is crying tonight because she would be so proud of you if she could see it. My third story, I had very difficult to find my third story because it's about two little girls that I've spent so much time with, Terry Lynn and Lisa McLean. They were here on the weekends, so we had a lot of time to hang out. We done the brownie camp thing, we done the cabin thing, and we've had so many stories that it was hard for me to pick one. But their favorite, and it turned out to be mine, is one Saturday morning we were going to the mall, and I had them by the hand, and Terry Lynn had this purple coat on with a cap that was like a jockey's cap, and there was a little strap across here. Yeah. And Lisa McLean had her little Parker on that her mom made for her, and the two of them looked so cute when we were walking through the mall. But the two of them were devils for watching my expressions. And I wasn't really in tune yet to the deaf watching your expressions and what you're watching. Anyway, eagle-eyed Terry Lynn looked up, and she must have caught my eye noticing this guy that just passed by. Yep. So Terry Lynn, in that little body, got a loud voice Saturday morning in the Avalon Mall. "Marilyn, you like that man?" I thought I was going to get away with it, but no. because Lisa McLean saw and she signed it and spoke. She started to laugh. So Buddy's looking at us. I got these two youngsters killing themselves laughing, and I just wanted to die. Anyway, I've enjoyed the journey, and I'm sure the other counselors have as well. Good luck to the class of 2003.
Thank you, Marilyn. There is a message that I can't seem to find. One more message, and it was on a pink piece of paper. That's Marilyn's, I think. And I've misplaced it, and I'm so sorry I did. And if anybody notices it, I was moving around here, and I thought I had put all the papers together. And it is not here. It's not here. Well, I'll continue to look. Is there anybody else who would like to have any say at this moment? I think Nancy Lynn said she would like to say something. From Beyond's phone.
On behalf of the Dillon family, I would like to thank the teaching staff, administration, the residents, dorm staff, kitchen staff, nursing, and utility staff for all you have done for me and my family for 20 years. We appreciate and love all of you. Don't worry about not seeing us again, especially my dad, who will come by on a Friday for a feed of roast beef or fish and chips. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. We love you all.
I will continue to look. Is there anybody else who would like to have a comment? Okay.
Jonathan Peddle?
I'm going to ask to cut it after Jonathan because of the fact that the people have to clean up and leave, and we have other things that we can do, and we can continue on after, but they do have to clean up.
Are you going to voice or sign? You going to voice or sign? Sign. Thank you. I would like Ms. Clark to come forward, please, and accept an award for my 13 years here at the school. I want to show our appreciation to all the teachers and the staff here.
Oh, this is gorgeous. Can you see? Good job. Okay. Whoops. Can you hear it? A special thank you to the teachers and staff of the NSD. A lot of warmth, a lot of kindness, a lot of caring. What else is there in your heart you have not shared? You have touched lives in so many special ways. We are speechless, with nothing left to say but thank you for your personal interest, guidance, and support over the past 13 years. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
There's one more thing I want to do before we clue up the final, I guess the formal part of our evening, and that is to acknowledge a very, very special person. At the end of the school year, we will be losing our Vice Principal Academic, Irene Barnable. I would like at this time to acknowledge Irene's incredible contribution to our school, especially over the past 2 years. Irene's dedication, her energy, hard work, and her sense of humor will be truly missed by us all. Irene, we are losing a great vice principal, but we are gaining a great classroom teacher. Although we're saying goodbye to you as vice principal, we're saying hello again as a teacher, and we will miss you as vice principal. Thank you for everything. I will now ask people to move away from the seats so that people can clear the tables. If you see an envelope, it's mine. I will go check, and we will find that envelope, I guarantee you. Okay?